What's going on, everybody? Today, I'm going to continue on with this farming, cooking, run around, collect, gather, deliver, all that good stuff. Probably get in a few upgrades as well. Um, maybe one or two more freezers. Thinking about adding another butcher bench. That way, one can be working on breaking meat down, and the other one can be working on converting it into other meats. Um, that way, there's less waiting time. That's that kind of thing. So, probably gonna go with getting the extra butcher bench first, and then I can always throw down these two ice boxes that I have just for supplemental storage for the time being. But it doesn't stop the spoil timer, it just extends it, so stuff still is going to expire. And I kind of want to limit that as much as I can. Now the other issue is power consumption because the freezers they draw like 2,500 power. Might even just think about this in watts. So uh, still quite a bit of power by comparison to most things. I'm also going to possibly try and keep the electric dehumidifier off since I've got this alteration on the helmet piece. So that should, I think, um, maybe keep, hopefully, keep me from getting the cave sickness. But I want to see if I can survive with just this headpiece on, and then that'll actually save another 500 watts of power from not running the dehumidifier. So, and I know the dehumidifier has its uses, but I know, and I may actually take it and put it in the cave downstairs where worms and things still spawn. So supposedly this particular um, version of the dehumidifier keeps them from respawning. So that would be really nice because I can always turn it off and make them spawn. If I need anything from them, but for now, I think I might move it down there, but we'll see. But I do need to gather some meat for my character, not necessarily for the mission itself, because I am running low on supplies. And as usual, you got to go out, you got to hunt a little bit and um, see what I can come up with. But yeah, just checking a few screens. Okay, cool. And I did make some tweaks to my PC, so I really, really, really hope that it fixes some of the visual issues, some hitches, maybe some screen stutter, stuff like that. So we shall see. Hopefully, fingers crossed, no game crashes, no PC crashes, but you never know. We'll see. It could happen. Anything could happen. These things sometimes have a mind of their own and just do what they want. Fortunately, I don't see any floor tiles missing this time, so that's great. It could be missing elsewhere, but we'll see. But the game does seem to run a little bit better with the tweaks that I made today, so fingers crossed it stays that way. Let's get this out of here. I don't want that there, especially since I'm going to be adding another butcher block there, and then probably scoot. Well, I may scoot that over later, but get the butcher block there, put the other, or the next freezer here. I even thought about maybe even scooting these out a little bit and putting the freezers behind, but I don't know. I mean, they are the same height, so I don't know. I don't know. I have to think about it. I think... Will this fit here in this little spot and not be in the way, I hope? It'll work for now. Kind of gets it out of the way of where I need to work over here, so... and I will work on getting more lights in here, but... let's see... Let's look at... I've got some steel bloom making up right now. So, yeah, a couple little stutters here and there, but What are you gonna do? Those out of there, get that started. Take that out of there as well, and I'll have to come back for a second trip with that. Alright. So we've got titanium and some aluminum. Let's put the composites in here. Yeah, still a few little stutters, but hopefully it's not as bad as it was before. Man, it was driving me nuts. It still kind of is, but let's see. Oh, we'll just make more copper wire. Always need that. And let's see. Actually, probably can just run with another 500 gold wire. 500, yeah. Let's see. Let's grab us a stack of these. I know I need. I don't think it's craftable yet, but yeah, I need 20 iron ingots and 20 copper nails. Okay, everything's down here. There we go. Kind of surprised they don't have one of these in the marble variant, but it's alright. Go ahead and make that. And then that'll be done in a minute. Put this back in there. And let's see. Storage, deep freezers. Okay, yeah, I can make 2 more of these. So let's do a quick count. 40. Drop those out of there. Gonna need to make more carbon fiber unless I've already got some down below, but I don't think that I do. Screws, platinum ingots, and 30 electronics. Grab the screws here. And, okay. I think that should be enough. Yeah, to make 2, perfect. And 40 platinum ingots. Looks like I need to make some more of that, which I definitely can. Let's grab the rest of this first. Get that finishing up. Let them stack across there, it'll be fine. Put these at the bottom. It's not necessarily necessary, but I do like having it pull from here and just deposit the stuff up there. It kind of helps me keep things separated out, see what I've got. Yeah. Drop those in there, and then now all we need is the carbon fiber and more silica, aluminum. So let's grab, whoops, every time. And Let's see, did I throw any down there? I did not. Okay. Half of it in there and another half in there. Since we got this one busy, let's just go ahead and grab it out of here. Throw it in here. Eventually I will need to make more since I'm going to be needing more glass, but I've still got to get an iron drill down, and so that's also on the list of things to do, as well as probably make a couple more solar panels, because I'm going to need it for this. Matter of fact, let's see. Okay, so I can make that. Interesting. Okay, so I just need to supplement back with 2 more electronics and 6 more, yeah, 6 more aluminum and 2 more electronics. Go. Make 2 more of those. Alright. Now, put this in a place where I can see it pretty readily. You know, I kind of don't mind it being... That is weird that it did that. I don't know. I'll have to see if that'll work. I may end up putting it in a better place because it's kind of far away. Yeah, I don't like it there. I don't like it there. And I don't feel like this foundry's moving anytime soon. I mean, it's kind of neat that it'll just let you mount this thing anywhere. Yeah, but then I'd have to pipe the water pipe over. Kind of want to go with the easiest location. Which I guess... Yeah, it's gonna sit kind of funny there as well. And I could always go there. Nope, don't like it. It's too high up anyway. I mean, I suppose I could make this work over here. Ultimately, this is going to move a little bit at least. Kind of neat. You can throw it right on the side of that, though. Oop. I know, getting severely sidetracked. Yeah, that's hanging off just a bit too much for that to mount there sufficiently. I don't have water coming over here, so that's going to be kind of a nightmare to get plumbed in over there. May not have much choice but to just throw it right here for now. Okay. Now, I don't know if that will make it... Alright. And then I can bring... Let's see. Yeah, let's just bring it up from here. Why not? Daisy? You seem to be stuck. Let's see. Alright, well that's certainly not what we wanted. Okay, alright, you make way less noise. Hey, that worked. Okay. You make way less noise when you're laying down, which is kind of interesting. We'll just throw it... back there. Alright. Yeah, that's quite a bit of demand for the supply. The storage is nice, but the storage is really just a buffer. Especially right now. Yeah, still noticing some stutters here and there. Now let's see where we are. Got it up a little bit. Not too bad. Okay. So now we've got our butcher's bench we can throw down. And then... let's see. Still missing... what are we missing here? The carbon fiber. That's right. Okay. This is really going to tax the system. But we need our freezers. Gotta have them. Alright. Now, let's just see. How accessible they are. I mean, it's not too bad. It does keep them out of the way. It keeps them away from over here. But I am going to have to readjust all of those. And I'd like to see how many I can fit right here. Okay, so that will work. Kind of interesting how it lets me clip them together that way. They kind of just snap together, I guess. All right. Let's put... oh, that did not snap straight. I still think it moved a little bit, but that's okay. So now I can bring over, which I think I'm pulling the power from right here. And this will get moved over. Yeah, I think that'll work. Now let's see what our demand is. Did I actually turn these on? Let's check. Yes. Okay. All right. We can certainly give that a try. Let's just grab those out of there. And just immediately get this stuff moved over. Alright. I guess it wanted to make that one last piece, huh? Not really sure why I put this up. Silly me. Alright. And then get this lined up here. The question is, can I reach? Yes, I can. Excellent. That works. All right. There we go. And let's see. I kind of want to split it up and have. I think I will. Just put the vegetables in here for now. And then I'll have my cooked things in here. And the raw meat, I think I'll throw in there. Just a quick, easy transfer, but this will be my go-to for the cooked foods. Yeah, they're all going to start producing an insane amount of ice, but that's okay. I'll need it if I decide to use my ice boxes, which I think... Yes, still in here. And we're going to stick this out here for now. Just as a backup. That is... it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So we've got 2. That's great. And pretty much have everything we need right here. 2 stoves. This is a backup. That'll be the main. And our 2 butcher's benches, the sink, and the kitchen bench. That should be everything. Alright. And it's kind of interesting. You can see the light down there. But then when you get down here, it gets super dark. Okay, I don't think I've got anything left in any of these. No. And eventually I will make a wood composter, which will likely go down here with the other composter. Still need to make the electric carpentry bench and the electric masonry bench, but for now I think that's probably pretty good. Let's see. I can... Let's see what we have here. I don't think I've got enough to make everything I need, so time to make more glass. Let's see, that's 200 glass. We'll start with that. Yeah, that'll work. And just half of it there, and another half there. I also like keeping these around for the basic stuff, splitting up the load, but they also don't use power, they just use coal, so let's do a quick coal check. Yeah, that's still plenty. And let's see here. We can go ahead and get... Tell you what, I might go ahead and make the berry jam, which I know needs these for the tops. Yeah. And then I need to make 60 bottles, wine bottles. Oops. Yeah, those take quite a bit, so... And I don't know if this will actually be enough by the time it's done, but should be. That only gets us... by the time those go out, yeah, there definitely won't be enough there, so let me, yeah, that's cleaned out, and add another 200, and see where that gets us. Okay. Berry jam. We need 30, so probably gonna... I think I've still got more berries out there making, or excuse me, growing. So I think this is gonna be probably take all of what we have, if we even have enough. Looks like we do. So let's go ahead. 30, okay. Most of that up. I think these will stack to 20, but I don't remember if they do. It's either 10 or 20. Nice. Okay, cool. Alright, so the first part of that one is done. Oops. Every time, every time. And let's grab some more glass. Just get some bottles making. I don't think I left any glass over here. Okay. And just start with 20. And yeah, we should have enough. Should have enough, because that's 30 there. 30 there. Yeah, we should have enough. Every time. I don't know why I hit that so often. Okay. And let's go to sleep. Alright. Okay. Now, which I do have, I've got a few more of those, so that'll work. Not a whole lot, but we'll take it. Now what I don't want them to do is fall off the cliff here when I shoot them. Of course it did. Now wait a minute. I know I went to sleep. So why did I not give it enough time? Okay. I doubt that hasn't been taken yet, but I think it fell all the way down. Maybe. And it should have been right over here, I would have thought. Yeah, I don't see it. So maybe it didn't. Ah, it certainly did not. Okay, well that's interesting. Oh, I guess nobody gets it, because I'm not worried about it. Come on, get away from the edge here. Yep, come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. Now, a lot of these vestiges I won't keep, but okay. Let's see. What else do we have out here? I know, this is awful, but I have to survive too. The birds don't give very much, so not going to worry about them. Okay. Well, this is going to take a minute to go through. Okay. Okay. We'll just start with this. And let's get that in there. And oops. Let's get that cooking in there. And that's enough for now. Start with that. And let's see, what are we low on? Okay, so let's make 8 more of each one of those. All right. And break those down. And I'm going to need to get rid of some of these vestiges eventually, but we'll just stack them for now. Alright, so that's cooking, this is cooking. And then the only other thing that I need to bring over is my salt table. Keep it close by. Okay, that's almost done. Let's get this going over here. Alright. And actually, I keep forgetting that there is a bonus for the sink. Probably doesn't matter now, but alright, we're gonna grab that. And then let's kick this over. Alright, we'll wait. Okay, so we've got enough to make a few of those. And I think I'm just going to pull these two out. Throw them in here for now. All right. Shouldn't take too terribly long. Then I'll go out, round up some more. I would like to have, ideally, for sure, a full stack of this. I need more of the stringy meat. I'll have plenty of that, which is great. Pop that in there. Actually, let's take those out. And we're going to split them up. Go. And we're going to salt it up. Okay. All right. These are done. Then as soon as these are done, go back out and collect some more. Matter of fact, I can grab, I think I've got all of my, yes, got all my animal fat in here. Kind of want to keep a running stock of that. Which I can throw it in there. course, I will have to stock up on more salt. Turn those off. Okay. Now, let's drop a stack of iron. Actually, don't even need that much. Let's just do this. And then repair that. Wrong one. And drop that in there. And I think I might try using the rifle a little bit more. Burn through some ammunition. What I can do is kind of just leave this here for bait, and everything will come running. Sorry, little dude. Well, I don't think it's coming my way. Well, thought I was hearing something, but I guess not. There you go. Come on. let's skin this stuff up really quick. Oops. Okay. Okay. So we do still have a little bit of salt around here. That's good. That's good. And I would like... Yeah, the knife isn't going to survive much longer. I can also just as easily turn off the creature deterrent there, and I mean they'll come flying in. So first things first, let's just move that down there. Let's put all of the meat in there. See what I've got. Take stock. Here, just a second. Get that out of here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I will definitely not be using all of these. There we go. Alright, so we've got more of that. And these. Those will get converted. Go ahead and make the bacon and convert that. And then get that going. And get this finishing up as well. like to make at least 12 more of the big steaks. I think that might get us 10 of these. Yeah. Alright, so we can at least get that going. Yeah, that should all finish out before that time's out. And then let's take that and see if I can get 10 more of those as well. Okay, not quite 10, but alright, so let's just do this. Let's make 2 more of those. Swap this around just to give them the most time. And I gotta remember where I was picking up the raw stringy meat because I need that as well. And I will make at least a few more of these. It comes in handy when hunting. So let's see, that's done. So let's just go ahead and cook those. I'm hoping to get more bacon from the pigs and the tracks. I seem to get it from them. Of course the pigs, but alright, that doesn't lack very much. That's got a few more seconds, and that also has a few more seconds. This is just about done. Okay. Just add that to that. And it seems like everything finished at basically the same time. We'll let that keep going. Let that do its thing. Okay, plenty of that. Matter of fact, okay, so that does still have a little ways to go. Just toss that on there. Let that cook. That shouldn't take too long. And do a final count. I know I'm going to need more of the white, the chicken. Okay. Tell you what, let's just... I'm not even going to wait on it. done. Okay. So we need that stringy meat, which I'm not really sure where I was picking that up from, but we'll repair this again. And I think I might swap out for... Let's see... Can't use the hammer for that. You know what? I'm just going to use the bone knife. Because then I can repair it as I go. Has to be stored there, so just drop this stuff off there. And add that in there. Now, actually, you know what? No. I think I'm going to leave it in here. More wild berries. Let me check my carrot count. We'll go with 3 more carrots. Those up. I'm just going to run all of the berries out. And go with a bunch more wheat. Yeah, I think that'll do it for now. just finish these out here. Now the Dracs do come out in swarms at night, so I may actually try that method and see if I can draw them in nice and close right here. We have a buffalo. Don't really feel like messing with that, if I can help it. Probably still gonna try and dive bomb me, but that's alright. I don't even think there's anything to take from these guys, is there? I guess there's a little bit. Now, I don't know if these guys actually give a whole lot, but not really. Although I wasn't using my taxidermy knife, so that could have been why. Really hoping to see a lot more bigger game. Maybe running away from this side. Might have had a few things pop up. Okay. As usual, let's go in here, drop off all of the meats, and see what we're working with. Alright, now I don't know what the Dreadwing vestige is going to look like, but I think I'll keep the extras. Okay, so let's get this converted over to these. Actually, let's see something. That was 1 minute, 10 seconds. Nope, doesn't look like it has any effect on that. It says crafting speed, so I didn't know if that counted or not, but... Don't know why. Every time I get out of the bed, I always feel super disoriented and turn the wrong way to turn the fire off. Every single time. Take glass. Alright, so we've got our 30 bottles for that. We've already got our jam made, so that's 30 for the wine. And then I need another 30 for the beer. Right. Okay. I'll drop these in there. Let's grab this. Toss that in there. And I'm not going to get rid of those. So 82. And everything is in sixes, so let's see. So 30 will make another stack of 10. So let's go ahead and do that here. Okay. And still not getting any of the cooked stringy meat, which I was getting a lot of before, and I don't know why. Strange. Dump all the glass in there. Just leave that stacked in there for now. I just feel like the cooked stringy meat, I mean, it says it takes 6, but I feel like I was getting that quite often. So let's see. I guess we'll just make 5 more of those. That's a severe one, huh? Well, that's going to destroy quite a few more things. It's kind of working out to do this now instead of trying to run around and do everything else outside, since the forecast is showing nothing but severe weather. But I do need to make more fish traps, so as soon as the fish, or excuse me, the meat finishes, then I'll make more fish traps. I'll throw another couple downstairs in the cave, see what we catch down there. Which it's mostly going to be just for making up the jarred foods, but I do like to have an extra, typically an extra pouch down here with food, and then I can kick my tools back up there instead. So it kind of swaps out, but the jarred foods are a definite plus. I'll probably run around with stacks of 10 of everything. I don't like having this over here because ultimately, I need to get the fish from here over there pretty quickly, because the fish does have a short timer. So, refined wood, iron nails, more rope. Gives me 8 more. I'd like to get 10 more, so I can just toss those out wherever I need to. Grab this. Yep. Alright. Probably going to need more iron nails. Let's just repair that. Grab the rope. Oops. And there we go. Places any. Put more down for the fresh water, or excuse me, the salt water, because the salt water it looks like is going to be a primary resource that I'll need the most of, and I can also Go and check the traps. They should be somewhat full. But I will need to have my inventory pretty much wide open to do those. So, since the fish don't stack and the spoil timer goes down inside of pouches, I'm trying to think of the best way to do it. So I think you have about 10 minutes total when they're in a pouch and 15 minutes when they're in inventory. Let me think. 6, 12, 18, 24. So that's 30 slots. So that's technically that is enough as long as I eat my food before I go, grab it, come back. That's enough slots. And I'll be able to throw these down too. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. And I think I can double up on this as well. Yeah, we'll just put that there. So we'll do that buff when we get back. That there. Got all 5 of our food buffs, and let's go. Think I was able to drop down here without getting hurt, and we don't. Oh, well. Yep, got a spring. Don't know why it catches edges like that and just sends you over the cliff. Yeah, it's alright. The spring doesn't really hinder me all that bad. As long as it's not a broken leg, we're good. May even bring a creature deterrent over here. What is a swamp root? Not really sure what this is, but I want it. And I won't have the space likely for that stuff. Here's the traps. And let's just start getting them set out. And we're out of here. Double check the spoil timer. Yep, 15 minutes is what it was. And I think it took us about 3 minutes to get here, so I think I should be able to make it back. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Oh, we got a bunch of them, huh? Can't help it. They might have good foods that I need. Can't really take those, but that's all right. Well, we'll leave that. And there's another one. Okay. Yep, we'll just leave the rest. If it turns out that the cave is lucrative with the fish, then I may go collect next everything at the other spot down by the little lake, so that I won't have to run anywhere to get those. And the pickled jarred fish is probably the easiest jarred food to make. Of course, I will have to make more jars, but no big deal. Hurry up and get all the fish filleted up. Looks like all the plants are growing nicely. All right, and not the fish chunks, so we're gonna go with all of those. Put, yeah, those will fit for now. I don't think you really need the extra in here, but why not, right? Let's put That in there as well. Put that up. This should be done in just a minute. I think the fish stacks to 25, but we'll see. This might be enough. I don't know. Sometimes the fish breaks down depending on the quality and all of that stuff. They kind of break down to different amounts of fillets. Because each one is giving me see, that gives me more output. So depending on the weight of the fish, you can collect a little extra. And I should have to only go back to the swamp one more time for fish collection there. Alright, so that's 40. And I needed... Yep, I'll need another 20... finish out that. So actually my buffs are going to end, so let's just go ahead and restart the buffs. And run over to the lake down there, which yeah, I think going this way is probably faster. And I've got just enough room to add one more solar panel if I need to on that little spot. Of course, I can always extend that. Probably will. Okay. And immediately caught one. Just gonna get rid of these. Let's see. Do I have an empty spot? I do. Let's just put it there. Up one space short. I did put that vestige in there, didn't I? Let's see here. We can sacrifice a few. In fact, don't really know. Okay, so those don't offer. They're not that heavy, actually. Let's toss that out and see what size that one was. Yeah, I don't know. But we're full, so I can get more from down below. And I'll drop these other traps down there. And it should be set. That is a lot of moas in one spot. This. While that's making up there, hey, the take all button actually works now. Cool. It used to, that button wouldn't work, so maybe they patched that and fixed that. These spotted tetra, which kind of funny because in the real world those are very, very tiny fish, but in the game apparently they are ginormous. A lot of cool fish though. And those actually got me a lot of fillets. I'm not going to clutter it up with the sponges because those things are, they stack nightmarishly fast, and they are one slot per, so, which I get it, they've got an amount that they can hold of water, so, which is a good source of water in the beginning. Okay. That should be enough fresh water, and just need more salt water, so And the salt water, that will certainly be a challenge to collect, but probably do it in a couple of stages. Alright, so let's see. Let's go check on our produce out here. Well, that went quickly. Cool. Carrots are done. Don't know why some of these... I mean, I get that that's in a shadow, but it's kind of interesting how they grow intermittently like that. Oops. Yeah. See, these are in the sun, but they're not growing. Almost. That one's done. That one is done. And those two don't need much longer, so probably about the time that all of these finish. Well, I don't know. Those are taking forever. So let's drop this stuff off here. And add the fiber in there. Toss that in there and put all that in there. So actually I need to make the beer, so the beer takes wheat and yeast and the bottles, and I need the bottles here, which I don't think I'm gonna have enough, but I can make more. Let's just make ourselves some stacks. I wish these stacked to 10 instead. I mean, I get it's a 12-pack. Haha, funny. But still. Okay, so I've got 30 for the beer. And I need to make... I need to have 30 more for the wine. So make 10 more. How many will that make? Never hurts to have extra. And grab the wheat and the yeast. Could have sworn that I had other yeast hanging around. Yes, I do. Let's get rid of that. So, oops. Still need 100 more. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we've got our berry jam, 30 of those. We've got 30 beer. And the next will be the 30 wine. So 300 berries and 30 of those. And I do not have enough berries. All right, time to go plant some more. It's a good thing we have plenty of seeds. Oops. Okay. All right. There's our 30 beer. And let's just see. How many? Yeah, let's just see how many we can make. And then the reeds, which are down here. Actually, don't need that many since I'm not making... Oh, I do it every time. Do it every time. Yes, 30 of those. So we'll make as many as we can. Well, we weren't too far off. Okay. And we'll leave that in there, and those in there. That'll round out those couple of things. As soon as the berries finish, that is. And let's see, so we've got the wine, the berry jam. Probably going to need a lot more of those berries for the fruit salad, but let's see. Yep, going to need more berries for the fruit salad. So can't make that just yet. Yeah. Crumbled saltwater fillet. Hopefully I don't need any more wheat, but I likely will need more wheat. You know what? I think I'm just going to go plant it while I'm thinking about it. I don't want to do that many, but I probably will plant at least 20 because the wheat breaks down real... Oops, I don't... Every time. Every single time. There we go. just stack it here. Okay. Those growing pretty quick. These are taking their sweet time. And those are done. Okay. So we need bread dough on top of bread dough on top of bread dough. So we need 30 right off the bat. And then another 20 for the crumbled saltwater fillet. So we'll start out making 50 bread dough, which is going to need a lot of flour. So 150 flour, which so far we're at 1,000, so we need 1,500. 1,500 wheat. That's 1,300. And a little bit left over, which I'm just going to leave it. There's really no point throwing it over there, but we can get it started at least. And it needs the yeast as well. For making 50, let me throw half this back in there. Yeah, 20 there and 30 there. Okay. I don't know if the soybean stir fry, I don't think it needed that. No, okay. All right. Okay. And time to sleep. Wash our hands again. Hopefully that will make some improvement. Yes, just bread dough. Yes. Okay. So we lack just enough to make 7 more. I don't think that's enough. I mean, it is 7 more flour, but it's not enough flour to make more bread dough, I don't believe. Yep, it only makes 2 more. Hoping I did my math right, but either way, we'll have plenty of wheat shortly. And then saltwater fillet sashimi, which is going to be made in this one as well. So need saltwater fish fillet, okay, and carrots. This in there just to get it out of here. And okay, so the sashimi stacks to 10. Salt this up. Okay. And yeah, we'll put the completed stuff in, well, we'll just have to put it in here for now. And I need to take, how many was that? 30 bread dough. Okay, so just leave that there. And come back and grab that. Alright, so we have the saltwater fillet sashimi done. Almost enough to make the crumbled saltwater fillet as well. Which actually, I can come back and make the bread dough, so yeah, let's just do that. I think got enough to make the crumbled saltwater fillet. Looks like I do. What? check. Okay. And then put this in here. All right. Okay, cool. So we've got the saltwater fillet, crumbled saltwater fillet. The berry jam is done. The wine is almost done. The beer is done. Gonna make a little bit more bread dough. And then can finish out with the freshwater fillet curry, the fish pie, and the soybean stir fry. But I've got a friend that is looking to play, and I think we might play some Ark Raiders. So if you're interested, keep an eye out for that video here soon. And for now, thanks for hanging out, and I will catch you guys in the next one.